Talk to me about what got you into EDC. Was it a knife? Was it a person? Was it a piece of gear that you didn't know you needed until you actually really needed it? How's it going, everybody? I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. And today, we're not talking about something sharp, but we are talking about something shiny. This is the Rovyvon Aurora A8, sent to me by Sam over at Rovyvon. Shout out to Sam. Thank you for sending this my way for review. You see, Sam reached out to me and said, hey, we like your channel. Would you like to check this out? And I said, absolutely, because I know that even though I focus primarily on knives, I actually do have a fondness for carrying flashlights. But the problem is that a lot of times the flashlights that I want to carry are just too big, they're too bulky. So we're going to check it out. We're going to see just how good it is. And I will, in fact, do a light test. I'll show you the different features, and then I'll let you decide for yourself if this is something that you think could fit well in your EDC kit. If you hang on long enough, you will find out why I consider this to be something that you should probably keep in your car. This is the Rovyvon Aurora A8. Let's check it out. When it comes to your EDC kit, you know, the stuff that you carry in your pockets or on you or near you every day, there's three main components in my opinion. First, there's the knife. Self-explanatory, you need to cut stuff. Next is a pen. You always want to be prepared to write things down or, you know, sign some autographs. And then lastly, we have a flashlight. These are the three main things, and I've talked about this before. I have not talked about this. This is the Rovyvon Aurora A8. It's a compact, small EDC flashlight. And just how big is it, or rather how small is it? Well, it's about the size of a AA battery. In fact, it's actually a little bit bigger. But inside this small form factor package, you do get a flashlight that packs a bit of a punch. Now, during my testing of this product, what I discovered is that this might actually be a perfect flashlight to keep in your car. And if you hang on till the end, you know, I'll go over exactly why it would be the perfect flashlight for your car. So let's go ahead and get some basic specs out of the way. First and foremost, it has a max lumen output of 650 lumens. This also doubles as a UV light. So this is actually two lights in one. When you get it, you have the option to attach this pocket clip, which as you can see, I already have. And this clip is awesome. And first and foremost, it's awesome because this is small enough, you could in fact attach it to the brim of a baseball cap, which is phenomenal. You never know when you need to have your hands free, and being able to do that allows you to have your hands free. Next up, the clip is magnetic. That is fantastic. There's a lot of really high priced, expensive or more expensive flashlights out there that have clips, but this is the first one that I've encountered so far that actually has a magnetized clip. It doesn't feel bad in the hands. Ergonomics are not really a deal when you have a flashlight this small. I mean, for crying out loud, I remember flashlights being big hunkin' maglite type of things, and this is something that's, you know, as small as a AA battery. Next off, let's talk about some other features. So the first feature I want to talk about is the water resistance. This has an IPX6 rating, which means that I wouldn't necessarily trust it submerged underwater, but I do think that it would actually do pretty well if it was left outside, say during the rain. You know, it should be able to survive rain, no problem, no questions asked. And that might be important for the next feature because when it's in UV light mode, you actually have a strobe light. And I'll do a beam test as well as a light mode test a little later on. But I think that this is great for a car because you don't have to actually take up any space. With this clip, you could attach it to your visor brim. You know, it's one thing to carry a flashlight with you in your car. It's another to have a good backup, and even better if you have something that can strobe in case you get stuck on the side of the road in the rain, maybe in poor visibility. Having this there is really awesome because you have a strobe light if or and when you need it, and that's pretty damn cool. Now, aside from the UV light, the regular beam has 3 modes. It has low, or what I would consider to be moonlight, high. It has low, which is what I would consider to be moonlight. It's like 12 lumens. And then it goes up to 60 lumens for medium. And then finally 650 for high. For a comparison, we have our Olight Baton 3 Mini. Now this is a very, very popular flashlight. This one is going to be more expensive. On the low end, you're looking at about $65 for one of these. On the high end, if you get it with the rechargeable charging case, this is, about $90. The Rovyvon Aurora A8 comes in at about $46, which makes this a really nice, attractive alternative, especially for someone that may not want to spend the extra dollars on an Olight. This is nice because if you're using this flashlight for emergency situations in a car, let's say that you have to pull over on the side of the road and you're using this as a strobe light so that you can warn other cars away, or maybe gain some kind of attention so people know that you're there, that could be great in a survival situation too. That would be fantastic if, say, a car runs this over by accident. You're not replacing $80, you're replacing $46. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, my first impressions of this flashlight are, first and foremost, I'm not really big on clear plastic casing, but I get it. I get it because the side here has your UV LEDs as well as a battery indicator. And so I get it. It needs to be clear so that UV light, so that strobe light can really shine through and you can get the most out of it that way. I can't help but look at this and see a lightsaber. Maybe that's just the nerd in me talking, but it looks like a lightsaber. So yeah, there's that. When I compared against, say, the Olight Baton 3, there are a couple differences. Yes, the Olight Baton 3 does go up to 1200 lumens on turbo, but that's not necessarily sustainable, and it does get hot really, really quickly, and that turbo mode will drain it down. But if you go in the regular modes without the turbo, this goes up to about 300 lumens. And so this one on its high setting is going to be higher than this one on its high setting. So yeah. Now, let's talk about another benefit of the Aurora A8. You'll notice that it has the charging port right there. That is a USB-C charging port, and it takes about an hour for this to charge up to full from dead. And that's pretty cool, especially if you're carrying this in your car. If your car has a charging outlet, you know what? You could keep this fully charged in your car indefinitely. That's great. USB-C is the new standard when it comes to recharging your devices. And why should it be any different for this? Recharge your flashlight with the same cable you use to recharge your phone. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and switch to the footage of me testing out the different modes. And guys, I just did this in my garage because I live in the city here in Colorado, and everywhere is well lit at night, which is, great for pedestrians walking out late at night, but not so much for flashlight tests. So I did this in a controlled environment in a situation that I encounter all the time, which is maybe if your garage light is out and you need to be able to see to get to the door, this is going to be perfect for that. But it's also going to show you just how well it lights up a completely dark area. So let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so you guys saw it firsthand. This little light lights up really, really well. It's extremely versatile, and I love the fact that you have not one but two magnetic points. This little end cap right there comes in the accessory bag, and you can attach it to the keychain loop right there, and it just snaps in. And then you have not only a magnetic clip, but also a magnetic tail cap, which is fantastic. I love that, very versatile. Let's say you don't want to use this clip, maybe you want to put this on your keychains. It's small enough to do that. Again, remember, about the size of a AA battery. So you could in fact take this clip all the way off or even adjust it. If you're someone like me that likes to carry jingle jangles in their pocket, yes, you could put this in your pocket, and it's fairly deep carry, and you can of course adjust where that clip rides so you get the most comfortable fit. I really like this light. I think for 46 bucks, it's a hell of a steal. And more importantly, I think that this is a must-have in your car. The strobe light feature, which I showed, is actually really, really good. I think that in an emergency situation, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And it's kind of a safety thing at that point in time. More to the point, maybe you carry a more expensive flashlight, but let's say that this is the one that you use primarily every single day, and this one is more of like a backup in your car. What happens when you get to that situation that you're trying to be prepared for, and oh crap, I forgot to charge the O light? Well, you can always check this guy sitting on your sun visor. Again, I think that the sun visor is a perfect place to put this light, and I definitely recommend one of these for your vehicle. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below. I know that these aren't brand spanking new. That being said, what do you think of the Rovyvon Aurora A8? Let me know. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, boo-hoo. I will see you in the comments section. And if you want to see more knife and EDC related content, make sure you hit subscribe. I'm Rollshambo. I'll catch you on the flip side.